SUI has got to be one of the craziest cryptocurrencies out there. And I'm not talking about the idea that it's so undervalued and still has a 1000x potential. No, in reality, it's going to do, most likely, pretty well this season, but not anywhere near these small cap, micro cap altcoins, right? But the nice point about SUI is it has the potential to, in its right now catch-up phase, really get higher up in the rankings, do some amazing numbers, and those are achievable with size. Meaning I can put $10 million right now into SUI and it probably turn into $100 million over the season. Whereas with many of these small cap altcoins, yes, you can enter into them, maybe make 1000x, but maybe you're only able to do that with $4 or, well, you have a 99% chance of losing all your money. Whereas with SUI, the way I see it is, it's more of a coin that's most likely going to be at 5 times the value or so in a few months. And all we gotta do is, in my own humble opinion, wait it out and get the crazy gains. Because every single season, SUI is one of the biggest gainers in the entire crypto space. It's, of course, nothing is guaranteed, but it's almost certain, really, that if crypto is going to go up a lot, SUI is going to be one of the just best performing coins out there. And so all we want to do is take advantage of that opportunity in the best way possible. And today, I'm going to show you guys one of my strategies to make a lot of money on SUI over the next few months. And the nicest thing is, for the most part, it's all automated. And we basically are going to be putting our money in a SUI trading bot. I'll show you guys exactly how to open one. I'll show you guys exactly how to copy mine. But first of all, make sure you press that like button if you haven't done it yet. First things first, if you want to follow along with any of the stuff I'll be doing today, I'm going to be using the crypto exchange 𝗙onex, which you can use from anywhere in the world. It might ask you where you're from. Hey, real talk, right? Me to you. Just put a country that's lenient towards crypto. If you're in the US or UK, just put a different country because it allows anybody to trade. I've not verified my ID. Even if it asks you to, you don't have to, right? Maybe text to support or whatever. I put hundreds of thousands of dollars into it now. You don't need to verify your ID. It's all fine. It's just a little side note. You can also claim your bonus with the second link. And if you want to follow my bots, there'll be links for it down below. I already have a SUI bot open. Now let's do first things first. So I have two main options to make a lot of money on SUI. This is the way that I do things. Option number one is open a long position on SUI. I'll tell you the pros and cons in a second. And option number two is to open a long trading bot, in this case a good trading bot on SUI. What are the benefits of a normal long? The benefit is if the price goes up from here and up alone, I'll probably make more money on this one because I can cash out everything exactly when I want to. What is the pro to a bot? The pro is that if it goes up, you make a ton of money. I mean, just take a look at, for example, my XRP bot here. Let me just quickly show you. I opened this where is it now? I have so many bots open. This is a Bitcoin bot we opened 6 days ago. It's up 24%, $12,000 on 50K investment. And then we have the XRP bot. Let me just quickly go scroll through to try and find it. Here we go. It's actually at the top. We put $50,000 in and it's up $30,000 again in just 6 days. So it's not as if these bots can't make you tons of profit. So let me explain it again. The pros to the bot is if the price were to fall down significantly though, it'll also buy. So what is the negative side to the long? Well, if the price goes down hard first, it will not buy anything. It's just, I'll show you again another example. This is an XRP position I had. This is $350,000 I put into a trade. It was minus $100,000 before when the price started falling. Right now it's back to break even. If this was, which it is, a long position, I didn't buy anything. Well, I did buy the dip manually, but basically I only bought a few times. I bought maybe like $50,000 worth in the last few months. With the bot though, if it were that I put the same amount of money in the bot and the price went from $3.40 in XRP to $1.60 in XRP, and then right now back to $2.50, for example, I would have made a ton of money even though the price is still down because it basically buys and sells a lot. Now, if it goes specifically to SUI, let me quickly show you because I already have one bot running. If we quickly go and take a look, right, you can see on the right that the starting price was 366. The price of SUI now is 396. So you might think, oh, so basically we're in profit and that's it, right? Well, kind of wrong. Because in the meantime, it went down significantly. You can see my bot was down like 20% or so in the meantime. So what this has done to basically maximize my gains is we got in at 366 right here. The price went down. It was buying more. You can see the transaction at the bottom here. It was buying more and more and more. The more the price went down, it was buying more and more and more. So that right now, when it got back to 366, we actually already had some cashed out profits. This is again $1,500 times 3, so only a $4,500 position. And it's in not the craziest of profit, but that's also because we didn't really put any money into it. Again, just to put into perspective, this is $1,500 times 3, so about 5K, let's say. This is $50,000 times 5, so $250,000, right? This is something you can really make a lot of money on. With 4 or 5K, it's still good, but for me, maybe you understand, it's not that interesting. I mostly have it open here to show people. I still have to open mine for SUI with some significant size here soon as well. But anyway, what it's going to do? Well, right now at 366, even if the price goes back down to $2 or $1, it's going to buy a lot of freaking SUI. So at the moment it goes back to 366, we make a ton. But as you can see, it's going from 360 to 396 now. We are still up 20% in the meantime, though. I mean, to put it into perspective, SUI right now is up exactly, I'm going to say about 10% here. But still, our profit is 20% because even though, because of a 3x long, we should be at 30, it's been cashing out to guarantee almost ourselves profits in the meantime, which is the most beautiful part of it all here. So again, we should, theoretically speaking, without leverage, be at 10% profit, but because of the price going down and up and down and down, it's been using that volatility to actually buy low and sell high in the meantime to give us an extra edge. Which means that if we know SUI is going to go up between now and the next year from whatever, $3, for example, to $15, let's just say we think something like that's going to happen, from $4 to $12, and we do not know where it's going to go in the meantime. We've got two options, like I said. Opening a long, which you can also do just easily with any of the exchanges linked down below, or opening a bot that's long primarily, but also in case the price goes down, it will buy, and if the price goes up slightly, it will sell. And we have the option to fully change our own range for, hey, where do we still want to buy SUI? For example, here, we can create a grid bot, insert which coin we want to buy. So for example, SUI to USDT. We say, hey, we basically wanted to keep buying between, let's just say $2, and we still wanted to buy at $4. So we're basically putting a range here at which it'll buy. Let's just say we wanted to buy in 400 different increments. This is just a over simplification, but this basically means that it will not buy above $4, which obviously is too low. We still probably want to buy even at $7 because eventually it's going to be able to sell it for more. So in this case here right now, it's looking at all this as like selling pressure basically, but it will never sell the full position even if it goes up. We just basically at this point will buy less the lower that it is. The smaller our range is, the more it'll buy, but it will just make sense as you play around with this a little bit. Anyway, then we just insert exactly how much you want to invest. For example, let's say we want to do 5x leverage and we want to put $10,000 in. So it's going to trade with $50,000 here. As you can see, if we were to press create right now, it's going to basically give me an overview of how much is going to buy right now and how much is going to keep reserved for buying the freaking dip. So it's going to open a long right now, but also automatically as the price starts going down by more and more and more. And so a lot of people on this channel have said now, Dusty, stop talking about these opportunities. First of all, some people are gatekeeping. It's just one of the best methods I find for guaranteeing. Again, nothing is a guarantee in this world. I'm just saying it all makes sense, right? For guaranteeing yourself profits over a prolonged period of time. There's some pros, there's some cons. The biggest con being that you're using leverage to maximize your game potential. You don't have to. You can use bots without leverage, but it's just so slow. I want to make a lot of money fast, and obviously in a bull market, I don't think it matters that much. In this case here, we're using 5x leverage, so our liquidation price is quite high. In that sense, I think maybe 3x leverage for something as volatile as SUI is a bit more suiting. Because here you can see now our liquidation price is $2.37. If we want that to be even lower, we could actually add some extra margin. For example, here, $5,000. So we can add and take this away if we wanted to. Let's just put 1,111. Maybe we don't have enough in the account right now. Let's just do $5,000 here. As an example, we put 111 as extra margin. What it's going to do now, as you can see, it lowered our liquidation price to $2.06. And again, you can just play around with this. You don't have to add this extra margin now. You can actually add it later in case the price starts going south. But I always recommend at least adding either something with this auto reserve or the opposite way, adding it later, but having some money on the side for in case the price turns against you. And I've also right now opened a $10,000 to $1 million challenge. I put $10,000 in this bot, and I think over the next few years, we're going to try to turn this into $1 million bucks. We already were able to compound it a few times, but I've told you, the nicest part about this is, even though we started this at 236 and we're only at 255, we're already up, 45% or so? Because you can see I was able to reinvest like 7 or 9 times already. I forgot the exact amount. And even though right now we are at a massive loss, you might think, like $1,200 or so, it is buying and selling, cashing out these grid profits so that eventually, if it just stays at this exact price of 255, even if it stays around this level by going up and down and up and down, ultimately, eventually we'll have thousands of dollars made so I can keep reinvesting or so, even though the price did not change. And that is also the goal for SUI. That's the goal for many of these things. If you want to reinvest, that's your own decision. I sometimes think it's nicer to just kind of like cash in the profits of my investment to not keep upping my average price. But that is all up to you. All I'm saying is, if we're thinking of SUI buying strategies over the longer term, almost anything works because the price mostly just goes up, right? But I want to also protect myself against a lot of this downside by making sure it just buys actively as the price goes down lower and actually sells a lot too to just kind of like guarantee me some profits. I'll remind everybody, nothing is guaranteed in this world. There's nothing as free gains forever. But in my own head, this is just, again, not financial advice, just my thoughts. I kind of see it as a money glitch because it's just that damn good, which is why I'm showcasing and talking about it every single day. If you don't understand any part of it, just go link down below to PNX, play around with it for a little bit, as it is really, really quite cool, the opportunities you've got with this. You can also do different things like long and short bots at the same time, but again, they all have different pros and cons. If you want a bigger tutorial for how to open them, there's a link down below to when I bought $500,000 worth of XRP and Bitcoin, and there's also more of a tutorial on how to open them, etc. And again, this really works quite well because I'm that bullish on SUI over a multi-month period, really, or let's say a year period, that I do not mind buying the freaking dip of the dip because I know over time I'll be able to sell it for more. And I could do this just with longs and buying and clicking everything myself, but I prefer if everything is automated so that it's kind of like more overseeable, especially when doing this with many altcoins. But yeah, SUI's in a good spot. I still think SUI will be above $10 easily this season, but we do not know what it's going to do in the meantime. We do not know if Bitcoin is going to continue on or fall a bit more like it's kind of started here over the short term. So to kind of prevent ourselves from getting wrecked, by Bitcoin going down, we have this strategy in place. But yeah, that's about it for right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and make sure you check out the links down below if this is also something you're interested in. And that's